Welcome back to Yoshi Entertainment, everybody. So I'm a lot late with this. I'm not going to say a little late. I'm a lot late, actually, but better late than never. So everybody has seen the Super Bowl. They've seen all the things that people have been saying, things that people have been pointing out, and I'm here to be another person that points them out. I've told y'all before on this channel, if you've been a part of this channel for a while, you'll have heard me say this, that these celebrities are not to be trusted. They're not to be put on a pedestal. They are not to be praised. The only difference between them and us is they have money, power, and fame. And with that money, power, and fame, they don't do the right things. They get paid and rewarded to promote these agendas, mindsets, mentalities, and behaviors that are demonic, that are debaucherous, that are wrong. Your children are watching this and they're taking note. They are mimicking these people. And people have the audacity to wonder why our generation coming up, these young people, and even some of the older people, are behaving the way that they are, have gone buck wild and jump off all kinds of deep ends and out here doing all kinds of stuff. It's because of what they see on these screens, these celebrities doing in these TV shows, during the Super Bowl, during the commercials, during these movies and whatever else they put out. A lot of people have been talking about Ice Spice and Taylor Swift, this weird union. And I call it weird because, first of all, isn't she like the first person that Taylor Swift has ever did a collaboration with? And a lot of people have speculated, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's true, is that the only reason why she did a collaboration with Ice Spice to begin with is because what her ex-boyfriend did, what he said about her in that podcast. Now, y'all, I don't know if y'all remember this, the infamous podcast with her now ex-boyfriend, Matt Healy, whatever his name is. He got on there with the other men and said some real racist, disrespectful stuff on that podcast. And once again, I'll still never understand how people can publicly do this as if this won't be receipts. There's always somebody screen recording, remembering what you're saying. They're going to bring this back up again. This stuff is not going anywhere. You've left a digital footprint. Like, people do this stuff as if, like, we're not watching them, as if God's not watching them, as if somebody's not going to bring this back up. And maybe it's because they're so used to getting away with it. They think that, and they slip up and they say it more publicly. And, then they have to learn the hard way that you will get backlash eventually. Now, he set up and he said all this stuff, allegedly told this woman or told these men that he was on this podcast with that he thought Ice Spice looked like she had Down syndrome. Allegedly. I'm going to say allegedly. And that was why she did this whole thing to try and smooth it over, because she was getting backlash because she was in a relationship with him. Now, you can't make me believe that Taylor Swift didn't know that this was the kind of guy that she was dating, that she was messing around with at the time. Nothing slips through the cracks with these celebrities, whether y'all want to believe that or not. You can't make me believe that she didn't know that that was the kind of guy that he was whenever she first got with him. But she definitely dropped him like a hot sack of potatoes whenever that negative backlash started to fall on her only, when people were questioning her, saying, hey, why would you be with a guy that's like this to begin with? And like I said before, I do believe that's the only reason why she decided to do this collaboration, other than the fact that they're both very connected now in the industry, and they will do whatever them people ask them to do, song-wise, music video-wise, whatever it is. Now, some people will still believe, oh, that's not the truth, or I refuse to believe that could be why they got together. They just decided to get together. First of all, they're not even friends. They weren't friends before. Look at the two of them. They're not even in the same genres. They're not even from the same backgrounds, and I'm not just talking about racially. But does Ice Spice even seem like the kind of person that Taylor Swift would even do a collaboration with to begin with? We're talking about a woman who's not known for collaborations to begin with. She's at the top where she really does not have to work with anybody if she doesn't want to. But to do one with Ice Spice, like I said before, that was an odd union to begin with. If anything, I would have thought she would have done one with Selena Gomez and even had her in the box with her during the Super Bowl, because remember, Selena Gomez went out of her way to tell the world that Taylor Swift was her best friend. The only person in the industry that she really trusted and had her back like that, as if one of her other friends didn't give her a whole kidney. But like I said, somebody should see something odd with this situation, even without knowing all that information. But anyways, the two of them were in the box, if you will, and the Jumbotron, whatever it's called, the big camera screen, panned on the two of them. And it was as if somebody said, 3, 2, 1, action. And the stuff that they started doing up there was absolutely ridiculous. There were a lot of people who actually caught it on camera. They recorded it. They posted it to social media. As you can see, Taylor Swift and whoever that is next to her were up there just chugging something in a clear glass or plastic glass. We can assume that it was alcohol, but we don't know for sure. I have to say allegedly. But what kind of message does that send out to the youth? A very detrimental one, if you ask me. And then Ice Spice is over there in the corner making the devil horns gesture with both of her hands. And then she grabs her upside down cross. And when I tell y'all, there's a phrase that this preacher had came up with some years ago, and I thought it was very empowering, very impactful. He said, sin makes you stupid. Looking at her do this, I just want y'all to take a look at this. Looking at her grab that cross and do these devil horns with her hands, she looks so ridiculous trying to promote this very devilish, demonic, like I said, agenda that she's been being used to promote for quite some time now. She just looks absolutely ridiculous, cartoonish almost even. Like I said, when you're going out of your way to just do stuff that you shouldn't, you eventually just start to look ridiculous. And that's exactly what the both of them looks like right about now. And this is what I'm talking about when I say that they're promoting bad morals, destructive morals and mindsets, demonic agendas. This right here is the proof of it all. And there are people who see this, and I saw this video that this one woman made, and I'm thinking, oh, she's covering her mouth because she sees the craziness that's going down right in front of our very eyes. No, she's right along with everybody else who's quite clearly still asleep at the wheel, especially spiritually, and she just goes on partying as usual. To my surprise, and what I am happy about though, is some people are waking up to this stuff and they're seeing it for what it is, and they're like, wow, this woman had the audacity to do this right in front of everybody at the freaking Super Bowl. They've tried to hide it in the past, trying to make it more subtle. She just slapped everybody in the face with it. But there are people who are waking up, and that is a good thing, although there are a lot of people still that is asleep. Now, we need to talk about this whole dance thing between Usher and Alicia Keys. Now, I know a lot of people really like them because they go all the way back to the 90s and, the early 2000s and all this kind of stuff. I'll be 100% honest with you. Don't care for either of them because one of them allegedly had people allegedly itching and burning. Allegedly, people coming out of the woodwork filing lawsuits, both men and women, allegedly, because they had them, yes, you heard me right, allegedly, itching and burning, and the other one stole someone else's husband. You'll have to excuse me, but even if you don't, I'm not going to be upset about it, but you'll have to excuse me if I'm not going to be up here supporting you, going to your stuff, buying your music, going to your shows, after you then did all of that. And they just swept it under the rug. I'm not saying bring it up every day and bash yourself over the head about it, although I'm a firm believer in if you done something wrong or you done screwed somebody over, don't sweep it under the rug, address it, take accountability for it, do what's right. Until you do that, I can't get with you. I can't get with what you're doing, and I'm not going to support you, point, period, blank. And I know a lot of people, they might feel like that's really uptight. But that's the reason why we've got people that are still doing stuff like that and getting away with it, because instead of holding them accountable, we've rewarded them by saying, oh, well, they're still good looking, and oh, well, I still got their tapes from the 90s, and they're still, really good at what they do, and they're great performers and singers, and I don't care, I'm still going to support them. And that's why they're going to keep doing the stuff that they've been doing. Another problem that I had with this, other than the fact that, once again, people don't understand that these celebrities, they be painting a picture, so to speak, with these performances. They are trying to tell you something without telling you something. Every performance, every show, every TV show, every movie, y'all might not think this, but they're telling you stuff subtly. But besides that, the other thing I didn't like about this, and that we're going to call it out and we're going to tell the truth and we're going to call the truth as it should be called. First of all, both of these individuals are married. And before anybody tries to come out of the woodwork with they did the little thing where they cuddled up in the music video back in the day. Your point is, I done told y'all before on this channel, we promote people sticking to their vows, honoring their vows, and if you can't do it because you actually love your spouse, which you should at least do it because you have respect for God. And that's where we've messed up, especially as Black people. We have lost our respect and reverence for God, and then we have the audacity to wonder why everything's going to the trash in a handbasket for our community. Once again, we need to respect the sanctity of God's marriage. Y'all can say whatever you want to. Oh, he's Usher. He's a performer. That's what he do. He's the king of serenading people. That's Alicia Keys. I don't care, and it don't matter at the end of the day, especially to the spiritual consequences. I done told y'all before, when you don't respect the sanctity of God's marriage, there will be consequences. You want to wonder why some of these people's lives are always messed up or they've always got issues in their relationships? That's part of the reason why. And a lot of people are also trying to justify this by saying, oh, well, Swiss Beats said he didn't care. It didn't bother him. He was like, that's my wife and she's coming back home to me. She's just performing. Well, first of all, of course he would have to say that because what else is he going to have to say? The woman who he ditched his first wife for inappropriately and in the wrong way is now hugged up with another celebrity. What is he gonna say? And second of all, just because he's delusional doesn't mean we all have to be delusional too. Once again, ain't no way I'm about to be married to a whole dude and he's over here got his whole crotch in her gluteus maximus. I don't care if she is Alicia Keys. Either you can respect, like I said, the sanctity of this relationship and marriage, or it won't be no marriage. How about that? Y'all want to talk about having standards and morals? That would be a part of it. But see, people want to throw that in the trash when it comes to these celebrities. So they could see two celebrities hugged up on each other that look great, or because it's reminiscent of the past. Well, no, what happened to the standards and morals? That would still have to come into effect here. But once again, people don't be thinking about that when it comes to certain people. Once again, they excuse what they want to for who they want to excuse it for. Once again, I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, you're being uptight, Yoshi Entertainment. It's not that serious. Yes, it is. It's not uptight. It's what's required. That's another thing that has gotten a lot of black people especially in trouble. Labeling everything that's right, that's moral, that's good, that's required, that's necessary, uptight and doing too much. And then there'll be the same people, once again, wondering why, with all the audacity, why things are going the way that they're going, why things are not going the right way, why things are going to the trash. But anyways, y'all let me know what y'all think about all of this respectfully down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Y'all all have a very blessed, beautiful, and safe day.